Imagine spending nearly 3 decades, 27 years to be exact, locked away for a crime you didn't commit. Picture yourself in a tiny cell on death row, watching the days turn into weeks. Weeks into months, and months into years, all while knowing you're innocent. This isn't a movie plot. This was the reality for Anthony Ray Hinton. In 1985, in Alabama, Anthony Ray Hinton, a young black man, was arrested for 2 murders he had nothing to do with. The only evidence against him? A supposed match between bullets from the crime scene and a gun found in his mother's home. His court-appointed lawyer, who mistakenly thought he'd only get paid $1,000, hired a ballistics expert who was practically blind in one eye and couldn't even operate the equipment properly. The result? A wrongful conviction and a death sentence. For 27 long years, Hinton lived in a 5-by-7-foot cell. He watched 54 men walk past his cell on their way to the execution chamber. He lost his mother while he was inside. Despair was his constant companion. For the first 3 years, he refused to speak to anyone, consumed by anger and a sense of profound injustice. How could this happen? He was innocent. The system, the very system designed to protect the innocent, had failed him spectacularly. But then something shifted. Hinton realized he had a choice. He could let bitterness consume him and die in that cell, or he could choose to live, to find joy even in the darkest of places. He started to use his imagination. He'd close his eyes and imagine he was marrying Halle Berry or winning Wimbledon. He created a book club with other death row inmates. He became a friend, a counselor, and a beacon of hope to the men around him, men who the world had forgotten. He chose to find a way to live, to laugh, and to love, despite his grim circumstances. Meanwhile, a brilliant and tireless lawyer named Bryan Stevenson, from the Equal Justice Initiative, took up his case. For 16 years, Stevenson and his team fought for Hinton. They brought in top ballistics experts who all confirmed that the bullets from the crime scenes did not match Hinton's mother's gun. Not even close. It was clear, scientific proof of his innocence. Yet, the state of Alabama fought them every step of the way. They refused to re-examine the evidence. They fought to uphold the conviction, even in the face of overwhelming proof. It was a long, grueling legal battle that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. In a unanimous decision, the Supreme Court ruled in Hinton's favor, sending the case back to Alabama. Finally, on April 3, 2015, after 27 years, 9,855 days, Anthony Ray Hinton walked out of prison a free man. The charges were dropped. He was exonerated. As he walked into the sunlight, he was greeted by his family and friends. One of the first things he said was, "The sun does shine." You might expect him to be filled with rage, with a desire for revenge. But he wasn't. Instead, Anthony Ray Hinton chose forgiveness. He now travels the world, sharing his story, not as a tale of bitterness, but as a powerful testament to hope, resilience, and the desperate need for justice reform. He speaks about the power of forgiveness and how choosing love over hate is the only way to truly be free. His story is a chilling reminder of how easily justice can be derailed by poverty, race, and inadequate legal representation. But it's also a profound lesson in the endurance of the human spirit. It teaches us that while the truth can be delayed, twisted, and hidden, it can never be buried forever. It will always eventually find its way to the light. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that matter. See you next time.